Morning, Patty. How are you? It's good to see you. Let's see. Good morning, Venerable Tenzin Lamo. Good morning, Alex and Sandra. Good morning, Mariana.
Good morning.
It's good to see you.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi. For those of you who are not local, it was snowing here in Raleigh, North Carolina this morning. So that was a little crazy. Yeah, sleet that turned into snow right here. It was very cool. It's beautiful. And the time change, yeah. Whew. Morning, Haymet. Hey, Susie. Hey, Lori. Morning, everyone in the Gampa. Let's see. Good morning, Susanna and Carmen, Lena Maria, Gabby. Hello. Thanks for joining us this morning, everyone. Good morning, Layla. Good morning, Hannah. Hi. Laura, can you open the door for Geshe when he gets here? Thank you. Well, I was sitting here looking at it. Hi, Tara. Good morning.
Good morning,
I know
Linda.
other people have joined. Good morning. If I've missed you. Oh, Tara, you have your little girl with you? Hi. Good morning, princess. Mm, mm-mm. Oh, good morning, Giovanna.
Good morning, Linda.
It's good to see you. The news here in the Gampa is that masks are now optional, even when our teachers are present. COVID levels are low. Yay! Let's keep it that way, right? Masks are optional though if you are sick. Or you could just stay home and join us on Zoom. That would be an even better idea. Oh, hi, John and CJ. Good morning. Hey, Carmen. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Linda. I didn't drive because I'm scared of the rain, snow.
Well, it was snowing. Did you see the snow? It's crazy.
A little bit. Mm.
Morning, Heen. Hi, good morning. It's good to see you, Heen. Hope you're doing well. And Geshe should be arriving soon, probably any minute now. When he does arrive, we stand, and if you're wanting to prostrate with Geshe, that's something I invite you to do, whether you are live or on Zoom. Geshe has arrived.
So in the Gold Prayer Book, please turn to page 34, and we'll chant Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times. Page 34. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. Te ata om mune mune maha munaye soha. And now the Medicine Buddha verse of praise and mantra, also on page 34. Bhagawan with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the lower realms. Dispeller of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugata soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze, bekanze, maha bekanze, bekanze, raja samugate soha. Now the 4 measurables, 3 times in your language. It's also on page 34. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. And now on page 37, the verse of praise and mantra for Chenrezig. Not veiled by any fault, white in color, whose head a perfect Buddha crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings, to you, Chenrezig, I'll sing when I prostrate. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now the verse of praise and mantra for green Tara, also on page 37. Tare liberates from cyclic existence. Tare liberates from the 8 fears. Tare liberates from all sickness. I prostrate to the liberator, Mother Tara. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Now turn to page 34 in the Gold Prayer Book, and Geshe will lead us in the Refuge and Bodhicitta prayer.
Sanje Chodan Soje Namla Chanjo Dagi Chishin Jibe Sanamje Andola Pinja Sanje Dumbarasho Sanje Chodan Soje Chonamla Chanjo Badon Name Dagi Chishin Jibe Sanamje Andola Pinja Sanje Sanje Chodan Soje Chonamla Chanjo Pardon Dane Dage Chishe Jebe Sonamje Dola Benja. So Padala Memina Miaji Omboda Jajela Chuji Chola Chama Sanje Sura Rabdo Shijinde. The Dasha Tambe Chunye Chin Dish Namala Name. Wagonjana Javatam Jaketon Dage Chudan, Kangato Zen, Tawadon Jabba, the Godam de launch outside. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Someone will take nap. Good nap. Or my friend on Zoom. Good morning.
And we have several watching on YouTube as well, Geshe.
All the friends from Patagonia. Good morning. Please say good morning to all the people from Patagonia. Hopefully see you soon. Today, what I'm thinking probably to read some of His Holiness book about compassion. So before that, maybe we should do short meditation, not a chicken meditation, productive meditation. Concentration meditation, probably easy for also you two young people, easy, not complicated, easy, okay. So what do you do? So now, you need to understand the reason why people meditate. So our mind become unhappy, like unsettled, because we are thinking too much. All kind of things, and all the time, not just once a while, thinking all kind of things, kind of like unsettle our mind. So it is good. Also, you can also share with your friend. Don't need to say any prayer, just sit. The whole purpose is like, right now we are very much controlled by our thought. We do what our thought tells. We have very little control of our thought. The whole purpose of this meditation is to slowly to gain control over your thought. So what happened, like, if every thought that comes up, that pops up, If we did something positive, so then, we get a lot of benefit. We don't need to, it's okay if we are controlled by, our life is controlled by, or directed by, controlled by positive thought. Life will be better. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We don't always think something good. Of course, less thought probably better, but there's hard things to achieve. Less thought probably better. No thought, very difficult. No thought is not easy to reach. So what we can do, we can minimize our thought through single-pointed thinking, only one object, not like 100 different objects, just one object. Just 2 minutes, 1 minute, just try to think just one object. What happens usually, all this, we have like so many thoughts, it's become like small creek running all over the place. It doesn't have power. If you try to put it all together, so then it becomes one creek, it has more power, it runs probably better. So right now, that's not the case. Someday, similar on juice. So single-pointed, whatever you call meditation, or basically you are placing all your attention onto one object. Could be cat. Doesn't have to be very holy. Could be cat. Could be your own cat. You can be like this, just look at this cute cat. Now it's looking at you. It's the only way to minimize or maybe bring it down to almost to zero, means to one. Or maybe after one could become zero, hard to say, but it could become just one thought instead of like 10 thoughts. Used to have 10 thoughts, it kind of now become less and less, then it becomes just one thought, very powerful, fully awake. It's not just like, holding a like, it's not like Italian cook pasta. It's not like that. It's like fully awake, fully awake. You are not sleepy. You are not like, how is it, drowsy? You are fully awake. You are fully awake. What you are thinking, you are only thinking one object, nothing else, one object, next 2 or 3 minutes. So you could choose object, you could, focus on here in America, in West, what you say, space between thought. There's nothing. You can't say, oh, this is that, this is this. And it's called like nawa appearances. It's like it looks like it is appearances, but you can't say this is this, this is that. You can't say. So that very much sounds like space between thought. You just pause. So next step, what's going to happen? Oh, so many things going to happen. So many things going to happen. Because mind start to think again. Thought start to pop up like popcorn. You put in the microwave. Pop, 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 pop like that. Thought is going to pop up. So that's going to happen. That's not like, oh, you are doing something wrong. No, that's natural. It's going to happen. Because it's not a surprise because thought comes all the time. Nothing to analyze, nothing to analyze. You just need to be there. You just need to be present with that space between thought. You just need to be present there. Just need to be aware, space between thought. That's all you need to do. Nothing to analyze, nothing to look. It's not that, it's not this, it's nothing. It's just like space. You can't say anything. There's no shape, no color, nothing. You just focus on that. There's space between thought. Is it complicated? No, it's easy. Yeah. So you can do. It's easy. Doesn't have to be a long time. It could be 1 minute, could be 2 minutes. So then if you enjoy, maybe you can do it again multiple times. Maybe short, 1 minute, 2 minutes, then several times, several times. If that helps you to, make your mind more calm. Of course, the ultimate result of this meditation is to produce physical comfort. So that will contribute to mental comfort. So the goal is to eventually it will lead to physical pliancy. Pliancy? You understand the word pliancy? Understand? Oh yeah. Maybe what is the easy way to say?
Pliancy, like capable of changing.
It's like, physically you feel lighter. The meaning, physically you feel not right away, mentally you feel like, how to say, then you have so much energy, it produces so much energy, rather than no energy, you get so much energy, so you won't hardly get tired, particularly for meditation. You don't have any problem sitting there, you can't enjoy it a long time. So that's the ultimate goal, Someday similar on Jurus. That's single-pointed meditation. So now here, object, you could use as I said, cat or flower, whatever, trees, or rainbow, whatever you like. But here, I'm using space between thought as an object. Someday similar on Jurus. So what this meditation does for you, so it eventually helps you to gain the control over your thought. So that is nice, So now what happens after when you try to meditate? Thoughts rise. Whole idea, this meditation become like still clear water. Before water is kind of murky. So now make sure that your meditation become like still clear water. It will become like that eventually, slowly. Thought comes up. Is there like a dessert after my lunch? Is there enough ice cream? Or what kind of ice cream? All kinds of thoughts comes, Or am I going to get something from my mother, a gift? Or when is my birthday? Who is going to come? Things like that comes up. Simply, there's few different things. Because you are meditating, now thoughts comes up. Simply notice them. No need to do anything, just beware. Or chocolate chip cookie, just beware. Chocolate chip cookie from Whole Foods, just beware. No need to look for. No need to worry there'll be left for me, or maybe today is Sunday, maybe a lot of people went to Whole Foods, maybe there may be not left, or maybe I should meditate later, so I should go now to the Whole Foods. All of that, they're just simple to beware. Just simple to beware. What happened? Very nature of every thought that rises will disappear. It's only a matter of time. It won't last there forever. Otherwise, our life has been finished a long time ago. Anger does not last very long. If it lasts hours, and there will be no energy left. Every thought that rises will disappear. It's only a matter of time. Don't need to be impatient. No, just to be aware. Where your focus should be, space between thought. Idea, this meditation become like still, clear water. That's why your meditation become like that. Now best way to focus. No expectations. You are expecting nothing. No concern, no thinking about the concern that related to the yesterday or past, concern that related to the future, none of that. The best, if somebody asks what's the best way to focus, the best way to focus is no expectations, no worries about past, future, just be, just to be. How you say, just to be? Just to be. Nawa pembu ngangilas, nawa pembu, space between thought, nawa pembu. Reto, rewa, expectations, hope, expectation. Talk, worry, reto. Namdok is nothing to analyze. There's nothing to analyze because it has no shape, no color, nothing to analyze. Don't need to do anything, just focus. Just little bit, just little bit. Pause there, just little bit. Yeah, you can do. Somebody can do, you can do too. Now, not too long. Means just a little bit. Just pause there, just a little bit. Just to get some taste. What is, how is it? What is, not looks like, what is feel like? Not looks like, feel like. What does feel like? What do you feel now? Because now you are guiding yourself into the state that's less thought. Do you ever experience the state of less thought? Oh, you're always, like as lives bombarded by thought all the time. Did you ever experience like the state where there's less thought, almost like just one thought, no other thought, just one thought? How that experience is going to look like? Need to test. You can test. And you can see the benefit. Now, means little bit. Pause. Nyambarsha means meditate. Nyambarsha means meditate or concentrate. Little bit. See what happens. What happened? I think thoughts rise. Simply notice them. Do nothing. Just beware. Is there ice cream in refrigerator? Don't need to get up and go and look. Don't need to do that. Just beware. Don't need to go. It can wait. Maybe it could be done like after 1 hour. Don't need to go right now. Just beware. Then eventually, that meditation become like still clear water. How I should place my attention on that, like a baby looking at. We bring that baby at the museum. They just look. They are no worry about like which one is better, which one is not good. They are not worried about the detail. They just look exactly like they just. There's nothing to judge, nothing to comment. Just look. Not worry about the detail. Just look exactly like that. Puju sagang tashinshas. Puju means little children. Children probably like I'm not sure when we start to analyze what age. I'm not sure. Maybe it could be like one, maybe 6 months, one, bring, we just look. They don't comment, doesn't bother them, just look. They'll see as it is, they don't see as something good or something horrible. They just see as it is. As it is.
As it is.
Yeah, they just see as it is. We don't see as it is. We have so many opinions, we judge, we comment all the time. Now you wonder why your mind is not in peace. Now you wonder why our mind is not in peace, because we perceive, we don't perceive as it is, we perceive things based on our projections. So 99 of them is false. Unfortunately, it's false. You just made it up. And not just that, unfortunately, then you believing in that, more problems. We don't see things, we don't see all the sensory appearances, We don't see them as it is. We project. 90% is projected. Then if we caught up with that, then we try ourselves around that, and not just that. Then you start to believe. Harder to free yourself from that perception. So and become then the seeing, not that big problem, but believing in that, believing what you project, believing that, then become problems. So then it's hard to free yourself from that projection. Okay? So how I should place my attention, space between thought, how exactly like the child or baby.
Either a child, baby, toddler.
Let's say toddler, probably better say toddler, like that. When they look at, you hang something, now at the modern day, even there's like the baby put there so many things they hang there. When they look at it, just like laughing, like, just look, no, exactly like that. Pujung, Hakang, the temple is used as an example, doesn't have to be temple, could be museum, could be park, could be all kind of things. In the text, the temple, they use temple as an example. Why? In the temple, you see there's all kind of colors, all kind of things hanging in the temple. That's what they use as temple, many things. So they see as they are. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. They just see as they are. We don't. We have to admit, we have to be honest, we don't. Well, we don't do that. So that's exactly Pujung Hagang Tashin Shas. So that's exactly, just look at the space between thoughts like the baby looking at the things, like that. Nothing to analyze, nothing to judge, no comment, nothing. Just stare. Okay? So then whole meditation become like still clear water. So the easy thing to do, not that difficult, easy to do. Just pause there. So then after that, if you do 1 minute, 1 minute, or maybe 60 seconds, 90 seconds, take breaks, or do. Then if you enjoy that feeling, being in the state where there's almost no thought, and just see how that feel. If that feel good, it doesn't cost you any money, you can just do. You can just sit there. Don't just do anything, just sit there, just be aware. If you enjoy, so then slowly do it more, a little more. Eventually, you learn how to control your thought. And you are not controlled by your thought. Now you control your thought. Why life gets complicated? It is already complicated by its nature. Why it gets even more complicated? Because our thought, the way we think. Unfortunately, we don't think something good all the time about yourself, about others. We don't think. If we think good all the time, nothing to worry. Life will be much better. But that's not the case. So we have to admit, that there is problem. There's problem in our thinking. Because everything's perfect. That's not true. It's not true. So that's what we do as a human. When we see the problem, we try to fix. So same thing here in the mind. If there's something that really bothers you, you need to fix. Okay. So then, after a little while, so now water becomes crystal clear and still, nothing, not moving. So then, in that water, there's like tiny fish that navigating through the water, but not disturbing the water. What is that? That's the separate set of awareness, your awareness. So that awareness is now much more powerful. It's not like the 100 of them, just one. Not 100 of them, just one. Navigating water that's crystal clear and become still, so still that fish doesn't bother the water, but it still navigate. So that, whatever is bothering, or somebody tells you, oh, you don't look good, your hair looks horrible, and you just believing in that. So now, whatever that bothers you, so that tiny fish is like separate set of powerful awareness you generate. Same like that, you walk with your friend, walking with a friend in the park. There's hard things to do. It's not a piece of cake, but it's impossible, you know. It's very possible. When you walk in the park with your friend, you are doing two things. You are like listening to your friend, same time you're aware of the path that you're walking on, right? We do this all the time, like that, exactly like that. Primary mind is focus on the space. But the separate set of awareness is like awareness that's like looking at the path, very path that you are walking on. You have to look, otherwise you might tip, or maybe you might tip, then you maybe knock down your friend, not just you. Maybe you broke the nose, all kinds of things happen. Hard to say. No, if you don't look, so you tip, so you knock down your friend, so you are aware of your path, like that. That tiny fish is aware what's happening. So then the beautiful of this meditation, if you become good at it, of course, over time, you know, as I tell you many times, when I first come here, learn type. Monastery, there's no computer, nothing. 22 years ago, when I first came, somebody teaching me how to type. There was no computer. So JMJ, is right there, I cannot see. The idea is to type without looking at the keyboard. This seems like impossible to reach farther. How you can type if you can't see the keyboard over time. Then she said, okay, Geshe, when you are not in front of a computer, you just visualize, imagine you are typing. That's also hard thing. How you can imagine like no keyboard like that. So now it becomes like a piece of cake. Now you can type. That dedication, effort is very much needed in order to learn something. So that's the clear proof. So the next time when you're trying to teach some other monks how to type, you have no patience. That's exactly how you learn. Now you tell, oh, here J, here M. After a few seconds, where's J? Right there. How come you can't see? It's right there. That's how you've been taught, and you have no patience now teaching them. And it does seem like, oh, that person never going to learn. You are in the same positions that your teacher is so kind, so compassionate, you learn. So like that, everything we try to learn, requires some effort, some effort. Sake of your own happiness, particularly for mental happiness, it's worth it. What happens when you become good at that meditations? When you come out of this meditation, then you learn something very important. Teta kumni tso ki yudu nama chishayang tso 6 senses, sensory appearances, sound, smell, shape, color, touch, taste, all kind, no break, till we die. Every day we see all this, we deal with the sensory appearances all the time. Because of this meditation, that you learn that whenever you are dealing with, whenever you interact with the sensory appearances, you don't react right away. So now you learn, take your time, analyze them thoroughly. Somebody says something, you don't just how you say, they don't get you. They don't get you right away. You used to like no, it's so easy. Now it takes time because now you are being more wiser. You just analyze them. What are you trying to do when you do total analysis? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to gain? You want to see the fact. You want to see the reality. You want to see the fact. Oh, that is appearance. This is not reality. That's just appear. It's called sensory appearance. These are not reality. These are like very conventional. It's not reality. Somebody a long time ago, I think I'm somewhere in the restaurant. There's some musician came and trying to trick me, like basically it's entertainment. It's not like mean things, but try to entertain. We are eating something, so all of a sudden, person took a piece of bread. We say, Geshe, you want me to this piece of bread to disappear? I say, of course, yeah. Everybody like that to disappear. So then he's doing like this. Mainly he's forcing me to look up. He's forcing me to look up. Goes there many times. All of a sudden, he said, oh, where? It looks like it disappeared. It doesn't disappear. He dropped on the ground. For you disappear. You don't analyze. You just believe what you see. Just believe what you see. Then seeing is first place. Seeing, then believing what you see. That becomes sometimes create so much problems. Seeing yourself as your life as no meaning, worthless, all of that. Then believing in that is not good. Not good. That thing's harder to break. Seeing, but believing, that's harder things to break. So that's why Tantra teaching, why you visualize yourself as divine being. Why you generate yourself as something very holy. Why? With this notion of very ordinary, with all kind of problems, you cannot succeed. You cannot succeed. First of all the success in the Tantra teaching, it has to begin with seeing yourself as something very holy, not like worthless, no meaning, or don't like, people don't like me, I don't like myself. We will never succeed in any field, spiritual field, mundane field, will not succeed with that kind of mentality. We need to see, this life is so precious, so meaningful. It's like so difficult to find, so precious, so meaningful. It's not about what people say. It is what it is. But we don't see that. No, we are very much deluded by our thought. Okay. So then after that, when you come out of this meditation, you learn something very important. So now whenever you encounter your own sensory appearances and you don't react right away and you take your time, sit back, you do total analysis. What are you trying to gain? Reality, fact, reality, fact. That's the way to go beyond our appearances, go beyond. It begins with the self, how you define yourself, how you view yourself, how you define. Is your nose is you? Is your nose, that's you think they're you? That nose is not too long, you don't like because you try to hold yourself with your nose because you don't like. German people, Swiss people have long nose. Swiss people. Flat people, they like to have long nose. People long nose, they like to have flat nose. Where is happiness? There is no. Is on the long nose, is the short nose? No, everybody's perceptions. You know, in India, people have a lot of hair on their body. When I was like 12, 13, I was already in the monastery when I was 7 years old, and there, you know, my friends, I very much like to have some hair on every prayer gather. I pray so hard to have hair. Not here, then sometimes here, you know, like that time, like you are young. So when you see one hair, one piece of hair, you are so happy, like, wow, my prayer was answered. So that's why I believe that my happiness comes from my hair. So now I have a lot of hair. Not really happiness comes from here. It's just my perceptions. So see, we don't analyze, what we just believe. We don't analyze, we just believe. So this becomes a huge problem. So then after this meditation, you learn how to do thorough analysis. Theta komni chotoki yudu nawa chishaya chotok 6 senses. Yudu nawa sensory appearances. Whatever that might be, good, bad, whatever it might be, you don't accept or react right away. You take your time, sit back, pause, and look at them thoroughly. Chata komni chotoki yudu nawa chishaya nangzu shimu tashi das. Nangzu shimu. Nangzu appearances. Shimu means detail, thorough. You do thorough analysis. Nezu jemba hangichas. Automatically you see the reality, you see the fact. It's just one person. Just one person. Person, not person. Percent.
1%.
1%. Then you see the 1% before you see 100%. 100%. Now you see 1%. That's the fact. All of it, just you projected, somebody else projected. You just believing that your life becomes miserable. Doesn't have to be that. Doesn't have to be like that. Doesn't have to be like that. So now you see 1%. Before you see 100%, now you see 1%. Which one's better? 100% or 1%? 99% is projected. It's projected. You know, in my hometown, it's kind of like 14,000 feet above sea level. Winter time, it's long winter, very cold. We don't have washing machines. We don't have indoor bathrooms. The bathrooms outdoor, like maybe like a yard, maybe 10 yards out of the house. No washing machine, no dryer machine, so you wash your clothes by your hand. Then, of course, that daytime you wash. Then you hang outside. Your pullover, whatever, and hang. And the evening, it becomes so cold, they froze. They froze. So there's a wind, because high up. In the evening, you need to go to the bathroom. There's no power. So you use lamp. Look from the window. Looks like somebody's walking towards you. For you, that's become ghost. Real ghost, not just ghost. You freak out. Not just you, ghost there, tell your parents or your brothers, sisters, oh, there's ghost. Everybody freak out, so there's ghost. Comes, so they look, yeah, it's like wind blowing, it looks like somebody's walking towards you. Or you can just live with that belief, oh, it's ghost. You just go back. Maybe, I'm not sure, like that, maybe some container used to pee there or something like that. There's no options. So, or someone who has more wisdom say, oh, let's check it out. Or bring lamp or go outside. Turns out there's your pullover, your own pullover. Oh, what happened? Out of 100%, 99% is projected. You project it, that's how it appears to you, and you believing, you don't take your time, and you kind of just completely forget about analyzing. You completely forget your life is like overpowered by that fear of ghost. And you even don't bother yourself to analyze what result. And a lot of fear. When there's fear, there's no happiness, there's no peace of mind, it's gone. You could gain it back, you could gain it back, so to analyze that, you refuse to analyze. If you tell someone they don't believe, you get upset because they don't believe what you're saying. You get very angry, upset, offended, all kinds of things. This is all based on your projections. 90% of your projections based on your own pullover watched by your mother in the daytime. People not go there. It's kind of, you laugh. What happened? You thought it's ghost, it's your pullover. You just laugh. Oh, that. Curvature like Gemutros, everything that's happening within the samsara for the great meditator, it's like kind of like laughable. It's kind of laughable. It's not nothing serious. It just looks like joke. It's like it just looks like joke. They just laugh. Exactly like you thought it's so. You thought they're so serious. Once you find out, you just laugh. It's not serious. It's just like joke that you completely created. That's the benefit. So that's why thorough analysis is needed before you come to conclusions. So this single-pointed meditation helps you to gain that. When you come out of that meditation, it kind of helps you to do the thorough analysis. You don't just believe, you just take your time, analyze. Yeah, I used to get very upset when I was in the monastery. People call my head, it's like X.
An axe?
They chop the wood. What do you call X?
Axe.
I don't want to be my head like X. People, they just call, of course there's a lot of boys. What do you say? They tease each other all the time. Even in the monastery, you are a boy. It's not like you are, moment you enter into the monastery, you become enlightened. It's not like that. People, boys, they're like 12, 13, so they play, they tease each other. So I don't know at that time how to do thorough analysis. I just believe what they say. So that bothers. Right now, people go, even does not bother even tiny bit. We learn how to analyze like that. These things happen. If we don't analyze, these things happen. You just heard something and you believe there's something bad, then you believe in that, then that kind of really have negative impact on your life. So that's not good. That's not good. It's just, like, in the end, it's just like lovable. It's not really serious, okay? We just want to share. Very simple, you can do, and you share with your friend. Just sit there. No need to say any prayer. Just sit, watch your thought. Space between your thought. Just watch. Or just focus on something. It's not this, it's not that. It's just nothing. It's just space. Just sit. Don't have to sit like this. You could be walk. You could go just park. Sit on the bench, comfortable. Eat ice cream. Just sit. So it doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be serious like this. It does not be like this. Just to watch. Okay? So hopefully it'll benefit you, okay? Sorry, so what do you think is important? How much time? We have 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Maybe not next time, next time. This his Holiness book. This one first. I will just the 2 minutes left. I just want to use these books from now on for the center, Sunday Dharma. First one talks about importance of altruistic attitude. Meaning, second, your own happiness, you get maximum benefit if you open up your heart. Don't close your beautiful heart. Open up. That's the way to get maximum benefit. Called in technical terms, called bodhicitta, benefit of bodhicitta. That's the first one. After that, second section, Shidyangan Chivam is like dying peacefully. So I'm not sure that. Then meaningful life. There are many authors write all kinds of books. His Holiness meditate every single day, 3 o'clock in the morning. Meditate. Not just talk. His Holiness walk and talk. His walk and talk. His Holiness walk to talk. So that we will receive benefit. Meaningful life, yeah. In the West, you heard, I heard many times, oh, Geshe, my life has no meaning. What? What do you mean your life has no meaning? Buddhism, the life that you have considered very precious, meaningful. Why you say your life has no meaning? Maybe there's something wrong in your thinking. No, the life has meaning. Life has meaning. Buddhist meditation begins with thinking, focusing on precious human life. The life, that very life that you possess. In Buddhism, so much emphasis that you need to think. Without thinking something bad about yourself, you won't succeed. You can sit like chicken. You won't succeed because you are thinking something bad about yourself. Not good. I'm not just making this up to make you happy. It's been taught in the text hundreds of years ago, and then after that it's repeated again and again. But we still don't get it. We still don't get it. Mindful life, soba, patience, courage, confidence, courage. So then last one is called meditations practice. So from now on, Sunday, I don't think it's translated in English, or this book is translated from English to Tibetan, how to say. So there's the order. It could be translated, could be this book translated from English to Tibetan. So many of His Holiness books is written in English, traveling all over the world, so they put it together. So I think it's most likely translated from English to Tibetan.
What is it called in English?
Oh, I'm not sure, I'm assuming. 90% is projected. 1% assuming. For translated. It's called Chive Tuji Gado Tangsa, Chive Kabi Shide. Chive, its title is called like the time of Chove Tuji Gado. Choa is livelihood, like joyful livelihood, and peaceful death. That's the title of the book.
Like joyful livelihood or peaceful?
Yeah, joyful livelihood, and like Chive Kabi Shide, like the peace time of death.
Okay.
The order, the first one is like, but if this book has been translated So that's good. First chapter, bodhicitta. Second, dying peaceful, with peaceful mind. Third section is like a meaningful life. The fourth, mindful life. Fifth, patience. Sixth chapter is like then like courage, confidence, courage. The last one is called meditation practice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if it's translated, that's good news. Otherwise, you need to listen to my broken English with this maybe few Sunday. Okay. Thank you, all my friends on Zoom, YouTube. Good to see you in India. Patagonia, hopefully see you soon.
Turn to page 246 in the Gold Prayer Book and recite the dedication verses from Master Shantideva, Bodhi Karyavatara. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with the mind made down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Now the long life prayers on page 244 and 245. First the one for His Holiness. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. And then 245, long life prayer for Khyentse Rinpoche Jetsun Losang Dalek. The one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Avatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on Bliss and Void, Lama ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. And then on 244, the long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majjhima's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, savior of myself and others, your disciples, please live long. And then, of course, 7 green Tara mantras for Geshe-la and Geshe samples, long, happy, healthy lives. Om Tare Tu Re So Ha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re So Ha.
Thank you.
We have one announcement, and the title of the book, thank you, Tenzin Lama, is The Joy of Living and Dying in Peace, Core Teachings of Tibetan Buddhism by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So again, The Joy of Living and Dying in Peace, Core Teachings of Tibetan Buddhism. And Sandy has an announcement.
I was going to try to look that book up. Okay, I'll keep this really brief. Next weekend, after the teachings, we are going to have a community event, a very fun, interactive community event. So please come. I almost feel like I don't want to tease out what's going to happen because it's a way for us to learn how to get involved at the center, and we're going to be listening to each other and what we want to have at our center. So we've got a lot of plans, there's a lot of people involved. We will be offering light refreshments and water and delicious drinks. So please come. Like I said, I don't want to give it away. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here at the center, we're going to be using the entire center, and we're hoping that this is one of the big community events that we're going to have of the year, because there's a lot going on, and it's just now going to start coming out. There's a lot of awesome things happening at the center, and we want to hear from you and how we can work together to really benefit each other a little bit more. So hope to see you next weekend after the teachings right here at the center, and I'm hoping that the weather goes along with us. But my kids got a foot of snow, so I'm not complaining.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you, Gisela.
Thank you very much.
Gracias, Ale.
Gracias, Ale.
Thank you, everyone.
Gracias, Ale, cariños a todos.
Gracias, Ale. Thank you, Geshe.
Gracias.
Gracias. Thank you.
Gracias, Ale. Saludos.
Saludos.
Geshe, thank you, Linda.
Gracias.
Para todos.
Okay, thanks for coming by, everybody. See you next week.